So it has been recently revealed that Silent Hill Transmission is going to be getting its own live stream courtesy of Konami. And it's supposed to be taking place on March 13th, which I believe is Thursday, this upcoming Thursday. And a lot of people are really excited about it, myself included, because this is going to be the eighth main installment of the Silent Hill series. And the franchise has been around since 1999. I believe last year was like its 25th anniversary. And and I don't know. I feel like Silent Hill has been irrelevant for so long until we got the Silent Hill 2 remake not too long ago, and a lot of people feel like the series had peaked in terms of popularity like during the early 2000s, and then as the 2000s decade went along, it slowly started to become less and less relevant, and I don't know, like, I feel like, a lot of the games that came, like, after, like, 2 or 3 has just been something that has fell under the radar. A lot of people don't even know about Silent Hill Downpour, a game that came out back in 2012, and it's something that a lot of people, like, the ones who, have played it probably don't remember it because it wasn't that great. It was I don't know, the game was pretty average. It was not up to par with with like the first 2 games that we got, and, I don't know, I just feel like for the most part, like, Silent Hill has become it had become irrelevant because there had been more survival horror franchises that had become popular as time has gone by, and you look at the best-selling, like, Silent Hill game, like, pretty much of all time, it was, like, the original one, which did, like, 2 mil, and that's not saying, too much because 2 mil, like, I don't know. Back then, like you selling only 2 mil worldwide in relation to like video games was considered to be pathetic. But nowadays, it's normal. It's actually considered to be good because I feel like video games are not selling as much as they used to. Maybe because the bar has become lowered or whatever. But I don't know. I feel like nostalgia and I guess optimism is something that's going to play major roles in terms of people wanting to check out Silent Hill Transmission, along with I guess whether or not it could top games like Alan Wake 2 or Dying Light Stay Human or even like the Resident Evil like 4 remake. I don't think it's going to be that good. I don't think it's going to sell nearly as much as the Resident Evil 4 remake, but I feel like the anticipation, the hype, and pretty much like what we have seen in relation to trailers are things that are going to drive people to actually check out the game. It's definitely going to drive people to check out the live stream on March 13th. And I do feel like I don't know, Silent Hill Transmission might end up being creepier and more eerie and unsettling than what we saw in like the reveal trailer. And I don't know, to me the reveal trailer just looked like nightmare fuel, and that's basically the type of vibe you want to give off if you're doing survival horror. And I've said like in previous videos that's quite possible that we might see a resurgence in relation to the survival horror genre of gaming with like the games I've just mentioned earlier, the amount of popularity that they've had. And and honestly, like, Silent Hill is a really old IP that I feel like the reason why it didn't become as popular as it should have is because of the landscape of gaming changing, people preferring action adventure and RPG games and pretty much first person shooters and gotcha games and stuff like that, stuff involving microtransactions. I also remember like during the 2000s the racing genre was really popular as well, so I feel like that was one of the reasons why, survival horror video games really didn't thrive as much during the 2000s as they could have. But based on what we know about Silent Hill Transmission, um, we know that I think this is a game that is going to be set like in the 1960s. It's going to be in rural Japan, and I do feel like that's something that's going to make people very curious as to what to expect in terms of, I guess, gameplay and in terms of like storytelling and all that stuff. Will there be like any type of cultural references in this game? Will there be any historical references or figures referenced in this game? And I don't know. I feel like it's something that it could be a hit or a miss, because I feel like in the past, like several games that they've had, like the setting has mainly been in America for the most part, and I don't know. I just feel like maybe it's gotten old. Maybe Konami wants to do something a little bit different, and we still have no idea like what the actual story is going to be. We're most likely going to find out during the live stream, but I do feel like there are certain things that are going to play key roles in determining how successful the game's going to be, like the voice acting, the atmosphere, um, whether or not players can suspend their belief, and whether or not they can actually like sink their teeth into the story itself, and whether it actually induces a sense of fear in players. And obviously, like every survival horror game has like jump scares and stuff like that, so I guess having a blend between like, I guess, survival horror gameplay but then having cinematic features that kind of, I don't know, gives you a bit of a jump scare. It just makes you, I don't know, it just, I don't know, gives you like unsettling like feelings and thoughts and stuff like that. I think stuff like that is going to play key roles in determining whether or not the game is good and all that stuff. I do feel like having a more, or basically just having like a balanced, approach in relation to like cinematic cutscenes and gameplay is probably the best way to go. But I'm not exactly sure whether or not that's going to be a thing with Silent Hill Transmission. Um, I'm not expecting it to be quite as good as Silent Hill 2. I mean, it could end up, being better in terms of story and all that stuff. In terms of sales, I have no idea what to expect. I don't think, I don't know. I don't see the game like selling more than maybe like 3 or 4 million or anything like that. But I could definitely like, I could, go on a limb and probably say I could definitely see it like selling more than like 1 million within like a month or two. That's just kind of like a prediction from me, only because Silent Hill has been, I don't know, I feel like the franchise has been like dead for so long, and I do feel like it coming back is something that people are excited about, and people will just try it out um just to see whether or not like the trailer and whatever we get in the live stream was worth the money that players paid for it. But aside from those things, Silent Hill Transmission is shaping up to be very promising. I feel like it's shaping up to be probably the best survival horror video game of 2020 whenever it comes out, because it hasn't been confirmed what date is going to come out. It hasn't been confirmed whether or not it's going to come out in 2025 or not. Um, I wouldn't be shocked if they had held off until next year to release the game, but I don't think it was even made clear how far in development the game has been in. But at the same time, I know the game has been in development for years now, and so you would think that the game would be coming out sometime in the near future. But yeah, we'll definitely learn more about this on March 13th, and I'm looking forward to seeing what Konami has to offer in this game, and whether or not we're going to get remakes for some of the older installments of the Silent Hill series as well.